Welcome in, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Houston came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
In motion, Hill. Here we go with Kamara. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, Any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They're going for it. Hits Murray. He's got a man. Complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. They run the option on 2nd down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I'd get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return. Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the 1st half.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. He's got room at the 30. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Mixing up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Step, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Murray's going to keep it again. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it's still took.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Joe Mixon A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Herbert now. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Caught right side, Davis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. On first down, Justin Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Herbert. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. That's complete to Davis. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. The final shot before break. Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover with a big dose of honey.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It got his man complete. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Justin Jefferson, 75 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Being chased out left. This one caught by Davis. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert to the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard